Namaste, everyone. Once again, good evening and good morning. Welcome back to another episode of Healing Mandolin. Um, Today is Ekadasi. Very happy, very blessed day. And to start with, Madhugara Namaskaram.
Namaskaram. Welcome to Healing Manly. Namaste, Praveen ji also.
Since today is Ekadasi, I would like to start this episode with Tulasi Jalamalache in the Ragam Maya Madhugara.
Beautiful, sir. Tyagaraja Swamiji mentioned the simplicity of life. There are many flowers, Sarasi, Ruhapunaga, Champaka, Naga, so many types of flowers are there. But the simplest Tulasi leaves, Swami, I will use every day to pray you completely, happily, with great contentment. Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir. I would like to invite Master of Flute Master, one of my favorite musician, one and only Shashank ji. Namaskaram. Welcome to the show.
Namaskaram. Thank you for inviting me onto this show.
Oh, thank
Namaskaram,
you for
sir.
your time.
Namaskaram.
We are talking about simplicity and Krishna, and you are here with a flute.
I'm just a mere flute player. Don't compare me to Krishna and all that.
No, sir. It is a divine blessing. It is great karma of many incarnations of tapas. That getting a music, being a musician is a divine blessing. On top of it, becoming a musician with an instrument like that is complete divine blessing. We are honored that you are here with us. Thank you.
My pleasure, truly. Thank you.
Thank you.
Basically, this show is to inspire people because we're all going through this pandemic, and then some inspiration. That's the whole idea. We started this show. Madhuji.
Absolutely. It's a very, you can say, difficult time for everyone, but also there are many positives also with these times. So, yeah, music is one definite healer in that sense.
Definitely.
Shashankji, I'm so curious. I'm very curious. I'm sorry, I'm asking questions already.
No problem.
You're a rare musician who is a child prodigy, who also did vocal, you did violin, and then you picked flute. So you understood the intricacies of the voice, and then you took the instrument and mastered the technique of emulating voice and getting the finest sounds or the melodies. Like, please tell us about that journey, sir.
Well, don't say I'm rare. You have a great example in Mandolin Srinivas ji. He's God's gift to this music world, or he was, unfortunately. So, actually, my father was playing flute, though he was teaching biochemistry in the university. Somehow he thought there was a lot of difficulties for him playing the flute and translating the voice, because in Carnatic music, voice is a very important aspect because of the rich lyrical content as the gamaka structures and all. Yes. Therefore, he was not so successful as a flute player, so he didn't want to transfer his disabilities on the instrument to me. So that's why he refused to teach me and said, no, you better learn violin. But somehow during the course of his practice at home and performances, I had observed his playing a lot. So I think I'd imbibed his fingering just automatically. So therefore I was able to one day, though I was learning violin, it was, the flute was kind of constantly working in my mind perhaps, and one day I took up the instrument and I knew the Kannada Varanam to sing. So I told my father, I would like to play this for you. And he was totally in disbelief that I could play the flute because he had never seen me playing flute. But he had noticed me for a few years before that I was taking any stick and anything that was cylindrical in shape and trying to play like a flute but with very perfect fingering. So he never encouraged me for flute at that moment because he didn't want me to take to the flute. But somehow it was the destiny, I think perhaps, that I took up the flute and I played Kannada Varnam, and I refused to go back to violin as an instrument. So the rest was history.
Beautiful, sir. Beautiful.
But I should tell you that because I do not have a formal guru for flute, all my knowledge was through many great vocalists, especially Palghat K.V. Narayan Swami sir and Pandit Jasraj ji. So I've imbibed the best of vocal training, though I didn't pursue vocal music as a profession.
Very nice. A very rare combination, sir. Rajesh sir, you want to say? You're asking something.
No. I'm saying, as Shashank ji said, we have to follow the vocal. It's very important, no, for
Sampradaya.
Carnatic.
Well, in a sense, I always see that as a disadvantage for instrumentalists, though I'm a great fan of vocal music also. But I feel that the Carnatic music system has not done justice to the instruments because it has followed the vocal tradition all the time. While there's no harm in that because vocal is fantastic and all the compositions in Tyagaraja or Shama Shastri or Dikshitar and Annamaya, whatever, it's all brilliant compositions. But because lyrics come in the way, I think Carnatic music as a system should have allowed instrumentalists also to come up with their own instrumental repertoire, like in Hindustani music. That's the only regret I have.
But as an instrumentalist, what we as a plus point is like we don't have language barrier at least.
No, that is true. That is true.
Because
Instrument
see, for a vocalist, if he stick to one language, it is a barrier. But the plus point with instrumentalist is we don't have barriers. And I mean, any kind of any language people can enjoy it.
No, definitely. And instrumental music brings on very different dynamics into the whole thing. Mandolin, if one hears mandolin, what a lively instrument it is. It's a gift to this field. I always feel that from the bottom of my heart because one strum of that is so melodious, and flute brings on to another dimension. Veena brings on to the field another dimension. I think that should be that's a plus point of instrumental music. Every instrument brings in something very unique onto the platform.
Very true. And very few prodigies who's developed a very unique technique. The octaves, I think, is one of the only one musician who can do that.
It's not that, you see, we're all beneficiaries of certain training. In music, you cannot particularly say if you go this route you'll be successful. There's nothing like that. It's a hand of the divine plus your hard work plus some unique combinations come together to be successful. You cannot always claim that I know the route to success. No, it is not possible like that. So during the course of my journey, I was lucky to and I had the need to invent some techniques to match either my counterparts, so whomever I played duets with or jugalbandis with. So during the course of that journey, I had to invent things to match that instrument, because if you compare two instruments, it's like comparing apples and oranges. They are two different. You cannot compare like that. But unfortunately, what happens in this field is when you perform, who is better? Sitar is better or flute is better? Or flute is better or mandolin better? So this comparison comes immediately to the minds of the listeners.
Yeah.
So,
And also, as you said, it's a need of the hour kind of thing, no? When you're, especially when I play with a flautist, they have this plus point of blowing continuously,
yes.
And you have to somehow match that.
Yeah.
You have to find another technique to, to make it sound.
Yeah, the basic thing is we shouldn't compare. But the problem here is, yes, we end up comparing, and that's what brings on to the table. But then again, any successful performer is a product of many different kinds of inputs and experiences and exposure to so many things. One cannot come into the field completely perfect with what he has learned from his guru or what he has practiced at home. The polishing happens on the stage.
Lot of concerts you have to fail and then learn.
Concerts, situations, reactions of audience, they all you hopefully better from the concert to the next concert.
Very true. Wonderful inspirational words for the next generation.
No, we are all artists, Rajesh ji. Don't you feel the same thing when you perform? It's the same.
Definitely. We'll play something. சும்மா ஒரு
Yeah.
மாதிரி.
How about I used to always enjoy Srinivas ji's Charukeshi and especially Sarasangi.
Anything.
There was one concert I heard in 1994. He played immediately after me in Hyderabad in Ravindra Bharati Auditorium, accompanied by Guruvayur Dorai sir.
Wow.
It was an amazing 1 hour he played just Sarasangi, nothing else. What a beautiful concert. It still sticks out in my mind. We should play a little Sarasangi maybe.
Sure, sure.
Go ahead.
First you start. I'll just tune under.
Wow. Wow. Ah.
It's so inspiring when you play.
Not at all. We, it's a great combination, mandolin and flute.
Ama, we miss being on stage.
Yeah,
Madhuji wants to ask.
absolutely. We are not meant to do anything else. From childhood, we have always been performing. People may think that we are so obsessed with it, but they do not get an idea of what the
Ecstasy.
stage performance and that thrill of performing and creating on the spot means to. Well, many people whom I say this will say, I think you should enjoy some rest at home. But it is not what we are meant to do.
As he truly said, we don't have a taking rest, taking off, relax. For us,
Relax.
relaxing is playing.
Playing.
No, all that I agree it is good. But then that whole thing about being on stage, the mind is kind of tuned to it so much from childhood. Sometimes I think, why should I practice if I'm not getting on stage? It's kind of, it demotivates us to a point where, but it's of course we need to keep our concert fitness, so it's always a must to practice every day and keep it going. But that the energy that you get on stage, you don't get at home. For
What happens, unknowingly, we will be giving 200% when we are on stage.
sure. And you're also challenged by the environment, the situation. It brings in all your training or whatever you have heard or got trained for, situations to handle. It's a brilliant job if one is passionate about music. I think I always feel blessed to have such a job of creating music. Out of a thin air, you just create music. That's as Madhuji said, it's a divine gift.
Completely, sir. Fortunate.
As you said, passion should drive us, nothing else. For a musician.
Yeah.
Illana, it will not work.
Passion and training, I think both of them are equally, responsible.
It's a combination. Hard work and passion.
Shashankji, I have a question.
Sure.
You're one of the finest musicians who worked specifically on technique. Technique, like you're self-taught, which is very inspiring for me. A lot of things, you learned on your own. The different techniques of like a holding technique or a paw technique, whatever in flute. Can you please tell us about techniques? What's the difference between different techniques? I know in instruments, some techniques give us more control or mastery. Can you please tell us, like upcoming musicians, very humble people like us?
The technique is secondary. First is music. But technique is very important because it helps you translate what you learn and also helps you present what you know better. See, for instance, this is a simple way of playing without any application of technique. Okay?
Mhm.
But how do you play gamakas? By using techniques. In the Mari, to play, like it's like eating a bland food versus something that has uppu and karam and all that. So
Got
exactly gamakas and techniques are like how much you add a what. What is your technique of cooking food? It is exactly the same way. So some of the techniques that I developed are like so some of these add spice to the presentation. So that is where the multiple techniques come into picture. So one such I would think one such as Rajesh was talking about. Oh, 1 second. Sorry.
Divinity calling you, sir. Krishna inspired and he called.
Now combining the two octaves like is one after the other, but together. Producing the voice is a very difficult thing on the flute. Like just some of the techniques I've tried to imbibe and develop, in reaction to some things that I heard or I learned through the voice from my gurus and so on.
Wow.
Rajesh sir, if I keep asking just questions, even the examples themselves are enough. So we can hear the anklets of Radha and beautiful melodies of Vrindavan. He transported us to very beautiful
No,
days of Krishna.
nothing like that. Nothing like that. Just
Amazing.
try.
Let's play some ragam like Kirvani or anything. Kalyani.
You start, G. I will follow you.
No. You start. I'll follow you.
வாசிங்க
என்ன வாசிக்கலாம்?
Kirvani Vena. I think Kirvani is very close to what we just played. I think Mandarin Srinivas Ji was very well known for Bindu Malini. You should play that. I'm still inspired by his video when he played when he was 9 years old. I'm sure you know the video I'm referring to, right?
Of course. One of the Masterpieces.
Yeah. Don't shoot head.
Yeah. Saba.
Wow. Sabash. I don't know.
Amazing, amazing.
You have a beautiful sound, Rajesh ji. It's
No, no,
amazing.
sir. Thank you. I mean, Anna's blessings.
I
on it.
no, I tell you that one strum of that instrument it brings in the effect of so many instruments. It's very unique.
No,
Absolutely.
all credits to you, Srinivas ji, because he is the one who
No,
identified.
I agree with that, but you also get the credit equally because it is not simply enough if you strum it, right? Uh, you're also playing so well, and it's very nice, very nice.
Shashankji, I have a question.
Yes.
So, lot of in your achievements, lot of support from your father is there significantly. Like he made any decisions, anything for you to really make a difference. We want that for our generation. We grew up as parents. The value of music we know. We are encouraging my kids both. They one plays flute and Rajesh, my daughter Virajita plays violin, really certified and professional level of playing these instruments. My son is a flute artist. How parents, what you want to tell parents at this generation, at this time, how to encourage these kids? What should they really follow? Online class? What tell us more intricately about your learnings, guidance, please, sir.
Um, well, it's a complex situation with the parents. There are parents like my father who were very knowledgeable with music and also were very knowledgeable with how to manage arts, training, development, sustenance, and the business side of an artist. All
Wow.
are equally important because there are parents who know the art part of it very well but do not know how to develop an artist into a performer and how to present him and how to develop his career.
Position them. Yeah.
Not just position, it's not about marketing, but it's about a sustained development. See, an artist can be brought up for the first 2 years, he can be a rave, and then he can just burn out.
Hmm.
Okay, that also needs an effective management with a very responsible parent who knows what he's doing, how much to expose the children to, and what kind of knowledge they have to expose the children to. All this is a very important aspect of parenting. But today's parents that I see, even in America, are extremely smart. They have given the best to their children, and a lot of wonderful products have come out from the US. These children are all playing very well. But I think my father, where he really excelled, was that he was very knowledgeable with music, but he also knew how to bring me up as a product that will sustain, learn, continue to develop, and always, even today, there are moments when he comes up to me and tells me, why don't you think on these lines? You have to change something. So it has led me to think something different.
Innovate.
So I have radically changed my path of thinking. In my life, one day he came and told me, you should go and learn some Hindustani music because you like it. It will bring you some newer changes.
Wow.
So I have kind of, anything that I do, I've always depended upon somebody like my father whom I bounce off my ideas. And he is also a very open-minded person who sees modernity, who sees the scope for development, not thinking about, see, many times as artists we are doing the same thing over and over and over. We get perfect at it, but we want somebody to tell us what can be different and to keep us thinking differently than following the same track that we have followed.
Right.
So we need a third party to tell you, hey Shashank, you're boring man, come on. You need some change now. Can you think how you can do this differently? So
Yeah.
there is a moment when I will set to think like, oh, is it boring now? Oh my God, now what do I do? So that leads me to think of something else. I think it is very important, parents within the family especially is extremely important because often you find gurus who are very sincere. You also find gurus who are very partial to their children but not to their students. You often see that, unfortunately, in this system of art where their children get their best, whereas their students not often get their best, whether it be in terms of the art or the support. I'm not saying it's a general rule, but it is very commonly seen. So, if a parent who has no bias towards you and who should also not have any blinded devotion towards you, He should
Right.
be a very fair thinker who can go both ways, who can support you
Yeah.
but can also lead you to a path responsibly where you can develop. So, in
Beautiful.
that way, I'm very fortunate in all my career and my life that I've had my father, who has been a very responsible mentor to me and continues to be one. And this I have seen even for that matter with Rajesh ji or Srinivas ji or even Chitraveena, Ravikiran ji. We have all had a wonderful set of parents who have been very responsible in the development of their children.
No, very true. Parents support is, without parent support we can't do, especially arts, no? It's about
Absolutely.
passion.
No, parents who say who call bad a bad, good a good is very important. You cannot have a blind devotion in supporting whatever you do. It can lead you to
Yeah.
a bad path also. But you want a parent who will see things very as a third party, more clearly, and give you valuable advice from time to time for you to develop.
Very
Yes.
true. I mean, as you said, in our lives, the parents,
Yes, I've seen that very much with Rajeshji's father, such a responsible parent who was guided both artists so beautifully. That
even
is very
even
important in one's life.
even today, when I started this program, which Kriti I wanted to play, he said today's Ekadasi plays Tulsi Dalman, sir.
Yeah,
So
I mean,
nice.
yes, yeah.
Very nice.
Even now, as I was chatting with you, my father came and said, "Can I come in?" I said, "You're not well dressed, you so please don't come in."
So no,
You can
no.
watch on the Facebook.
So
If
You
it
know,
is okay, we like to welcome him. Honestly, if he can come and say a few words, it's a great blessing for all of us. Father
no,
is a father, really. Please.
he's upstairs somewhere. So, but it's a very important. But let me also tell you a downside of it. Sometimes father and parent have to be separate
Hmm.
because I also feel that at times you can't fight with your father on a non-musical issue because it
Hmm.
will affect your musical issue also.
You have to face the music.
Yeah, you have to face the
And
music.
so nice. Rajesh sir, we want some fusion, sir, because a lot of you both are composers. Rajesh sir, you compose a lot of things, he composed. So beyond the out of the boundaries, out of the box, Shashankji and whatever you feel.
Uh, Unfortunately, because there is no sync, there's a latency, we cannot play something
Together.
together.
But we'll
Um,
play Shashankji. You're our special guest.
oh. Ajay, what shall we play?
anything, I mean, like, anyway, today's ragam is Mohanam. We'll explore a little bit.
Great idea.
I
Yeah,
remember
sure.
one of your piece we played in Bombay. If I'm not
Mohanam.
wrong, Mohanam or Bilahari, we played one piece in Bombay fusion. Remember?
Now we played Chandra Counts.
Chandrakams I remember, but something in Mohanam or Bilahari, I have a doubt. Anyway, let's.
No, I don't remember. Okay, we can play something here. You can play Mohanam, we'll play something, I'll play something.
Very nice.
Yeah.
Yeah, go ahead. Want to play any? Just play some composition, no? Like something contemporary.
Which one?
Meaning, just a phrase is good for us to play. Like.
That's
Music is
not
always
easy.
fun.
Yeah. No, not easy to play with him.
Hey, not at all. Nothing like that.
It's always fun, inspiring, amazing. Madhuji, your audio is muted.
That he's playing as if he's born with the flute or he's born for the flute. Like
No,
we are all
no.
blown away, totally blown away.
Thank you,
Amazing.
thank you.
Thank you,
Now I know.
Shashank ji, for your wonderful time and
Yeah, thank you for inviting me, and it's been a pleasure
thank you.
joining you. Yeah.
Some inspiring words from you for this, pandemic times for people, your fans.
This pandemic time has brought about a lot of such interesting things. I don't have any advice. I'm too small to advise anyone. I think I've learned a lot being at home doing nothing, because that also gives rise to newer ideas in music. I've been able to create newer instruments. I think pandemic has given rise to a lot of positives also. You see, I've seen such beautiful things happen in the environment. We are breathing better air because of the lockdowns and less of traffic and pollution. I think pandemic, in other words, has also brought out the best of resilience that people have within them, that resolve to defeat the disease. And it's a once in a lifetime opportunity to see the other side of thing, because we were always in a very success dominated process in the career or society. This generation, or even the previous generation, never witnessed a pandemic that would bring the whole world onto its knees. So I think it has taught a lot of beautiful lessons. Also, it has taught a lesson that you don't have to crisscross the world. You don't have to do so many things to survive. You can just stay at home and think beautifully, think positively. It can work. So that is what it has brought together. And see how beautifully we are able to meet with the technology. You're here, Madhuji is in San Francisco. So I think this is a beautiful aspect of the pandemic, the positive. And I'm also seeing so many wonderful people especially we should thank the frontline workers who have tirelessly worked, the government, the doctors, the police, the paramedics. I mean, hats off to them. So much goes on in a situation like this.
Selfless service they are doing. I mean,
Absolutely selfless service.
risking
And
their life, not easy.
no, just hearing a person in the family or friend pass away due to COVID brings us so much shivers.
Sadness.
Oh, yeah.
And to imagine a doctor or a nurse or a cop be in the ward with these patients, help them get better, and with so much of risk, it brings about so much of, I mean, it's simply great the kind of work that they're putting in.
We're really grateful to them.
Absolutely, absolutely.
Thank you, sir.
I think music, I should tell you, music has been such a healer for a lot of them who are very distressed during this time. I think the online concerts caught up so much.
True.
It has brought in a lot of solace to the audience, for sure.
No, that's why
Music,
Madhuji named this episode as a healing mandolin.
absolutely. Music and I think also spiritualism, being spiritual, and this is what has brought yoga. All these have brought together the community and kept them very calm and has given a stable thought process.
Very, very nice. So, Rajesh sir, can I say 1-2 words about Mohana Ragam?
Yeah,
Sure,
sure.
sir. Today's special. So, first of all, Shashankji, thank you so much. And we also want to thank and take blessings of your father, Subramanyam Garu. It's an honor.
I'll
Whatever,
convey. I'll
please,
certainly convey it to him.
please convey to him. I've seen his interviews and the way he has inspired. We need blessings of elders and parents like him.
Absolutely.
Thank you, sir. And regarding Mohanam, everybody has a perspective of understanding the divine knowledge and the music. Somebody who is untrained in music like me, we have both the disadvantage of not knowing the music, but the advantage of looking with a fresh perspective from an ignorant perspective rather. So when I look at Mohana Varnam, the way I look at it as an astrologer is the 12 signs of zodiac. I will place wherever the notes are. There are 12 signs of zodiac and 12 notes, I place them. So this
Okay.
gives me a clue to the intricacies of the raga. Very, very simply. I can immediately bring out, and what they're doing, it is such a great coincidence in the research. Whatever astrology says, if I put planets like this, the ragam also use it in the same way. Very interestingly, the compositions and the raga lakshanas are matching. It seems as if these two are so divine, they have like a common connection. So I was very fascinated by this. And when it came to Mohanam, first thing I like out of sense of humor is I like Sariga Pada. So it says in Telugu, Sariga Pada means walk properly, do things properly. Sariga means do well. Pada, the way you go, decide very well. So my message to Mohana Ragam is when you're going out, please everybody wear your mask. Don't think that you are immortal. You're not Shiva. You're not Vishnu. You're not Shakti. If it is a woman, and don't be like arrogantly go keep on purchasing. Go walk around the market doing shopping. Everything is normal. Please Sariga Pada with a mask. That's the first message of Mohana Ragam today. The second message is by the way it is positioned. They always remove two letters. Those two letters are swaras, are the key. It's like an encrypted ATM password to the ragam. In this, ma, ni are the ones that are made disappear. So they are in one axis, exactly the sixth note and the 12th note. They are in one axis, actually, when we place the swaras. So it gives exactly symmetry, and sixth house is for health. So for health, Mohana Ragam is one of the finest ones. And morning 5 a.m. is the time I recommend. If somebody can put Mohana Ragam, any composition, any kruti, anything they like, or pure music or varnam, anything, and light a beautiful lamp, and you can sit down and meditate. Another place very proper place to meditate with Mohana is parks where or under a tree where there is greenery and there is more nature. So that is the main axis, and it activating Virgo and Pisces, that use peace of mind is most important. And the Mohana says something very important. I am near you from astrological perspective. This is a stupid, ignorant person's perspective.
No, no, no.
Because, right, sir, please, sir.
It's very interesting.
Sir. Thank you. And Re, if I have to take a symmetry, I have to find a way. What is the symmetry point? Re is the symmetry point because leave one note and there is Sa from in the before and leave one note, Ga is there. And at equidistant, everything is distributed. So Re is the center, gravitational center or the vortex of the Raga. So the coincidence is Rakaram. Muthuswami Dikshitar is my favorite because sometimes he knows the art of really finding that kind of secret thing. Raktavarna Ganapati, he composition Ra, he started with. And lot of times, Nanupa Olympic Nadachi Uchtiva, Rama related, wherever the main compositions are there, top ones, usually there's a word, second letter is always a Re. They always tried. You can go research. I want people to Google and research at least, take this. Wherever they use Ra, it's very interesting. Most of the first lines have Ra. Even Krishna, the letter Krishna is used, second letter is Ra. Second letter Ra is the secret of the lyrical secret of this because it unlocks certain secrets. And Re is in the third house. Third house is brothers and sisters in astrology. God saying, I am near you. So somebody saying, Cheri Yasodaku. Krishna is along with Yasoda. Cheri being nearer. I am with you. And very lalityam, very affectionate raga this is. This brings God is near you, relatives are near you, the whole world is near you. That's what Mohanam.
Actually, this raga is considered a medium of peace.
Oh, okay, sir.
Even in Japan, China, in Oriental music, it's a very, very common scale, pentatonic scale.
All the compositions are mostly in Mohanam.
Huh?
All the compositions are mostly in Mohanam.
Mohanam, yeah, and it's a medium of peace. And incidentally, it's such a coincidence. This morning, a new CD of mine got released called Silent Breath,
Oh,
which I've made for only meditation with beautiful harmonies on the piano. And I played Mohanam because one cannot think of any other raga that is evergreen and inspires anyone and everyone, you know.
beautiful, sir. Sir, can you play a piece of it? Now that you told about appetizer, we are hungry to taste it
Which one?
from the album. Small
I
piece.
don't have it here. No, no, the album is nothing but deep alaps with instruments like this. For instance, this is the long bass flute. So these kind of long alaps with piano, beautiful chords on the piano. So this is available in all the things. But incidentally, since you said it was meditation, it's a record company called Meditation House Records. So
We look for it, sir. Silence of the breath.
Silent Breath.
Silent breath. Beautiful. Like a pranayama. It's yogic. The name itself is meditative.
Wow.
And
I
flute
played-
too. Flute is breath. Oh,
Wow.
Everything to do with the breath.
yeah, absolutely. We have to keep the breath very well.
And what
Yeah.
an interesting session we had today. Thank you,
Easy.
Shashank ji and
Thank
Madhuji
you so much and nice to see you, Praveen. Nice to hear you. Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, Rajesh ji.
Thank you, Shakaz
Thank
ji.
you, Madhuji. Nice to meet
Thank
you.
you. Thank you, Shashank ji. Thank you, sir. Rajesh sir and Praveen
I'll
garu.
take leave.
Thanks, Rajesh, for the technical help today. And thanks, Nandu Garu, for architecting this entire design. Thank you very much, sir. Jai Gurudev. Namaste. Thank you.